Welcome to Secura Law Experience. I'm Luis Elizalde, founder of Secura Law. I'm here with
Stephanie de la Millar.
And Eduardo Borgard.
Today is going to be a different episode. We're going to do a mini-series about our normal life. And I think we're going to talk a little bit about the legal issues about that normal life.
How to approach a day-to-day kind of life down here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
How is to live in Mexico? No.
yeah, it's different. Every place has its own.
How is to live in Mexico? Different. Ah.
Yeah.
No, but I think the
You have to know Mexican time for start.
Ah.
that's the
that
thing.
is a
That's the
very
thing.
good one.
Yeah, the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
De ahorita.
De ahorita, but no, the thing is that I don't think it's hard to live in Mexico just if you have the patience, the enough patience, It's the only thing that sometimes is the challenge that you need to have patience. But the thing is here, more in specific, the playa, the service of the handymans.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The one that help you with the plumbers, the electrician, that kind of people.
Maintenance kind of stuff.
Exactly. It's kind of hard because they told you, hey, I'm going tomorrow at 4 p.m. Okay.
Yeah. No.
And tomorrow never arrives.
It's not gonna happen. Doesn't work like. Or they tell you 8 p.m. and they arrive 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 9 a.m. and you call them 2 p.m. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
And there is 2 more hours.
That just happened to me for the hurricane. I had an appointment with the guy that was going to help me secure all my roofing stuff. He said, I'll be there 4 p.m. I started playing PS5 and he arrived like at 8:30 at night. And I was like, he didn't come. I guess my air conditioning is going to fly away or something like that.
But he, like a superhero.
And then he ding, ding, said, who's this?
No, that's crazy. Yeah. I just remember I had a problem with electricity with CFE. And it was not exactly me. It was a client, now that I remember that when he bought the condo, he wanted to change the name. To change the name, you need to do a new contract with CFE. And from my point of view, it's a really bureaucracy procedure and kind of no way that you're doing that on the 2024, But they said, okay, cancel the old contract, do the new one, and one day, CFE guys is going to arrive to your condo, change the meter to give you a new meter because it's total different number that you're going to have.
But if you cancel it, then there's no electricity.
Wait. So everything looks good. They change the name. They do everything. There is a new contract. Everything looks good. In 2 days, the guys of CFE arrive and say, okay, I'm going to take the meter. Okay. They took the meter. Not put the new one. Just put the cables and go away. Because they don't have meters. They don't have new meters to give. And we say, okay, but don't take the other one.
Free
because we are not going to have electricity. No worries, all good. No worries. What do you mean no worries? How do you gonna charge? No, all good. And they go away. So it was like 3 months with electricity, without meter,
paying.
But the electric bill arrives every 2 months, like the minimum, like, I don't know, 200 pesos, something like that. And I said, okay. And they pay it, And suddenly, like 6 months later, they put the meter. Okay, all good. Everything, that new meter, everything looks good. And 3 months later, they arrive with a pink sheet saying, you owe 20,000 pesos of the other months. How do you know? There wasn't meter. There is nothing. So it was crazy. Like everything is done by them, and now they are putting a fine of 20,000 pesos. It's kind of crazy. At the end, I feel like it was an extortion because how do you fight CFE? It's the only company here.
Yeah, you cannot go with other.
You cannot go with other. If you try to, and what is the problem? You try to fight them, and look, we are attorneys, but you try to fight them, and they say, okay, we are gonna cut your light until we solve it.
Yes, that is the way
Yeah.
that they put the pressure. So you have to accept what they are charging. So the key here, the lesson of the story, what you think will be?
Try to change the name of the electric bill, but if the process is like they are trying to do funny business, try it another time or do something.
Or go directly, no, to the offices.
No, it was directly in the office. Everything was done
Oh
directly
my
in the
God.
office. But it's kind of funny because, for example, Marea Azul. Marea Azul is if they don't have a meter and to have a new contract because they have, I don't remember exactly what is it. It's a nightmare to put a meter in Marea Azul. It's very expensive. They need to do some inspections. It's crazy stuff.
They have different voltage, no?
Something like that. It's weird.
Yes.
But if you have another place, another condominium, and they have the meter, and they have the electric bill, and they go and they change it that same day with your title, okay, no problem. It's nothing is gonna happen. But if they start saying, "Oh no, sorry," now that I've read your, that kind of things, it's very okay. Don't do anything that moment, and sometimes if you try later or
With a
another
different
day
person.
with a different person, it's different. Hey, but has to be on a standard. Yes, there is a standard, but the people is sometimes could be that thing,
Yeah, you never know what kind of funny business they want to make, because sometimes they try to look for a quick buck and then charge you extra for everything, and especially if they see that you're not from around, they'll try to take advantage. Fortunately,
Tulum water right now, the water service is almost the same because it's only one. They are doing almost the same. It's not saying that everything in Mexico is bad. It's just little detail that could happen. Okay, it's beautiful here. This is paradise. Invest here and look for us. But it's the same in Tulum because places that they don't have the system, they don't have anything, and they trying to charge money. How come? Hey, where is the system? Where is the sewage? Where is everything?
Where is my service? What
Exactly.
you are asking to pay for?
yeah, of course.
Yes. So I mean, the thing that we are trying to say that of course that we have opportunity areas that we have to improve as a country. I mean, everyone worldwide knows that Mexico has a lot of opportunity areas. The thing is that if you are surrounded by the right people, then you will have the chance to resolve the things accordingly to your interest and protecting yourself to be scammed in some way or that someone take advantage of yourself. No?
Yeah.
So
It's kind of simple, because look like in Mexico there is a lot of hard things to do, but I think around the world it's the same. In United States, in Canada, in Europe, in Latin America, in any country, everything is difficult by someone that is not from there. It's normal, but I think in Mexico the only thing that you need is patience and never give up.
resilience.
Yeah, exactly. It's that kind of little things that is not that bad. I love every time that I go away and I come back to Mexico, go away in a trip, and I come back to Mexico. As soon as I arrive in Mexico, I say, "Oh, nice."
You feel the warmth, no?
Yeah.
Not only about the weather.
No. That is your
the
country.
environment,
Yeah,
no?
exactly.
And I think there is very special vibe from Mexico in general, that everyone is very kind. If you have a problem, for sure that it will be someone that will try to help you. Yes, of course, sometimes they will expect a tip or that you give them a fee to help you when they apparently are
Helping you.
doing it
Yeah.
with no
Interest,
with
yeah.
no interest, but they will expect a tip or something that you are grateful for the service that they provided.
That I think that we can talk about that. Sorry, but a tip is funny, because
Tip
some-
or not tip? No?
Yeah, exactly. Because there is some people that is expecting that when they are helping, and they are other that they are helping by heart, and as soon as you say the tip, they get offended, and it's like, oh, what I did, that kind of thing. So if it's your neighbor, let's do
Don't
it like
tip it. Don't tip your neighbor.
Exactly, don't tip your neighbor. It's someone random.
It will be super funny trying to tip in your neighbor. No.
No, but it's
Actually.
for example with neighbors in
But
Mexico.
it's a very good example.
If a neighbor help you, maybe it's not a tip, but you are gonna invite him for a dinner,
dinner.
Or something like that, or I don't know. It's kind of funny when you arrive to tacos, and in the next table is your neighbor. Maybe it's sometimes that table is just join the tables, Just
Maybe your neighbor is following you, trying that he get a tip. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Pay my
Hey,
stuff.
remember that I helped you with that? I have hungry right now,
Pay for my
see
stuff.
the chances we are in the taco, so you can invite me.
Yeah. That kind of things. No, but that little things that help you a lot with
Yes.
Mexicans. Because of course you always saying this, Eduardo, about the culture shock. How do you say
Yeah.
that?
Well, at the end of the day, we come from very different backgrounds, and whenever somebody from other place come here, there's a culture shock because you're used to do things the way you do them, and when you come here, we do it differently, and you add up that there's other people that from other places that do it differently, so it's a mix. So you just have to go with the flow and do what you see wherever you go.
Something that you just said right now, totally different things when you are driving. From all around the world, we have people from all around the world. So everybody drives like in their
own way,
country.
in their own
Exactly.
way.
So that's the reason of a lot of accidents could happen here. Something that, from my point of view, a good tip is never go to the police. That's something. If you have an insurance, call your insurance, and he's or her is gonna be in charge of everything. Listen to them, because sometimes you feel like, no, I'm gonna do everything in the police. If you go to the police, they're gonna take the car. You're gonna pay fines. That kind of
Yes.
thing. I'm not saying that police is bad, but they have to follow the book,
process.
the process, do everything by the book. And what is by the book? They have to take both cars, impound it. Then you have to pay the fine, pay the storage of that card. That kind of things. If you, they have to follow the book. I'm not saying that they are bad, just to follow the book. But if you have insurance that you need, in that moment, leave everything to your insurance agent.
Yeah.
It's a way. It's the
Yes.
first time that I speak about that.
Yes, no. I mean, they have to call to the insurance company, and someone from the insurance company will arrive to help them out, to deal with the authorities, with the other car owner, everything, to handle everything properly, and you don't have to spend the rest of your day with the police, with
Exactly.
trying to deal with all of this. So it will be the easiest way to do it, and hire the best insurance company for cars, Qualitas.
Yeah,
Here's a
yeah.
link.
Here's the link.
No, but-
Qualitas is great.
No, but that you're right. You're right. That's the reason one of the most expensive, because they have a really good service. But the thing is that I hear, or I'm telling that because with another client they were saying, no, we want to go with the police. This guy, blah blah blah. The insurance is taking too much time. But no, it's not the way. It's not the best way. The best way is that you trust your insurance company. Like, if you are in the United States, it's gonna be the same. If you are in in Canada, in Europe, wherever, you are gonna trust your insurance. It's the same here. Trust your insurance agent, and he's gonna help you in all that process. Meanwhile, it's an accident at the end.
Yes, yes. And I mean, we are talking about how do you have to behave yourself when you are out in the streets, how to drive. Of course, that you have to be super precautious about the other drivers, not only from yourself. No, that it's a thing that I always drive that way.
And here we have a lot of motorcycles and
That's
bicycles, so that's something that when you're driving here, you have to take into consideration because, unfortunately, a lot of accidents happens with them involved,
Yes.
right? Because they drive recklessly.
No, you're again. Please don't cancel us. No, normally it's like that. Yeah, I understand. But sometimes that accident with the motorcycles is like, I don't know, the car. You don't see it because you are not used to have a lot of motorcycles around. So.
Oh yeah, happens a lot.
Yes,
That's
even
why
with the
be careful.
pedestrians, no?
Yeah.
I mean, you can be in the highway that you have to. I know that, for example, in the States or in Canada, in the highway, everyone drives like super fast. But here, even though it's a driveway and the name is carretera, it's the exact translation of a highway, we have to go kind of slow. Yeah, kind of slow.
Nah.
Because you never know. There is hotels in the middle of the highway.
People
and
hopping around.
yes, even tourists, people that don't have clue how to cross the street, they are trying to do it. So you have to again, slow down in every aspect of your life. Even though driving, try to slow down.
A tip that you just said, or what you're saying about tourists, about this highway, it's gonna sound funny, but the people that works in the hotels, they are more used to do this kind of cross, or how do you say, hip hop, or hop around the highway. They are used to. It's not a good way to do it, but they are used to, so it's kind of normal. But I already saw tourists that they try to
mimic them.
Oh my God! And when you see their faces, it's like, what we are doing here. I know the taxis is kind of expensive, but what is more expensive, your life or the taxi? If you are going out from a hotel that is in the highway, from Cancun to Chetumal, and you are in one of that hotels, just taxi just to, I don't know, to get to the nearest town. I don't know how to say it, but could sound expensive, but it's safest. It's the safest way for you, because the highway is too much, I think.
Yes. Yeah. That will be the option if you are accommodating in a hotel. Mm-hmm. And if you are in an Airbnb, I will highly recommend that if you are not near from downtown, to rent a car. It will be the easiest way to move across
with
the city.
Insurance.
With insurance.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
True.
So, I mean, that will be the problem solver because, yes, taxis are expensive. If you are using them 1 or 2 times, it's fine. But if you will plan to go out to many places, we highly recommend that. Well, in my experience, it will be better to rent a car.
Yeah. Totally agree. To avoid this kind of little accidents, and if you have an accident in a car close to the Fifth Avenue, everything, it's gonna be slow. You're not gonna be 100 miles per hour in a avenue, that kind.
You won't, Luis, maybe.
No. I drive fast, but no, not that fast. Something else I think that we can speak is about the tips in the restaurants, because looks like it's too different, because again, a lot of people is coming from Europe, US, Canada. You know, the culture. Mexico City is still from Mexico City. They used to pay a tip of 10%. In United States between 18 to 25%. In Europe is €1. You know, it's like totally different culture. But here, depends where you're going. I will recommend 40%. Nah. No, I will recommend that. I think could be good idea to ask. I don't know.
Well, the way I do it is if I've had a VAT service, I tip 10%. That's like my way of saying you screwed up.
Yeah.
If I have a regular one, 15, and if I have a good one, I tip 20. That's
Okay.
like what I go to.
Yes. Like excellence, it's 20%.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's from my point of view. Is for example, sometimes the criteria, because sometimes it's not the waiters, it's the kitchen. You know, so that depends. If the waiter is trying to do the best, but they take a long of time to bring your food, because it's not the waiter, it's the kitchen.
But the tip is split between the kitchen and the waiters.
Yes and no. That depends in the restaurant, but sometimes there are restaurants that, okay, for every ticket, there is 10%, has to be 10% of the tip, because that 10% is going to divide between everybody. Higher that amount, is divided between you. Is, for example, there is a ticket of 1,000. 100 is going to divide in between kitchen, other waiters.
And if there's extra?
And the extra is for the waiter. Okay. So if you are tipping 10% and it wasn't the fault of the waiter because he's aware of everything, trying to bring you and try to do the best, and you are tipping less, he's not going to have the money that he really worked for. You know, it's kind of to find out little details.
I mean, I'm thinking maybe you can specify, okay, the service in general was very poor. This is your 10%, but you, waiter, was excellent service, so this is for you only.
It's possible. Maybe? It's possible. Again, I'm saying depends on the restaurant. Or sometimes it's valid. If the service was really bad, don't give.
In general?
Yeah,
the
in
food,
general,
everything?
Don't leave a tip.
I've never done that.
Nah, yeah, me too.
I don't dare to.
Yeah, I've never dared to not leave tips.
No, it's not like I always ask to the waiter, do you think I have to leave tip of all this service? And when you look to their eyes, like, really? You're going to say, you're going to,
Be honest.
They're saying, no, okay, I understand. And you don't feel bad because it's a reality, you know? But if they are doing the best, you know, sometimes you say, like, hey, this is for you. Thank you for all your work.
What you've done.
But the normal is 15%.
Yes.
Like, long
But I
story short.
like that tip of, if you are getting a really poor service, you can look at the eyes at the person and say, do you think that I really have to tip you? And to see how they react, because I think that most of the people know and is conscious about their performances. So
Totally.
No?
Totally.
Yeah, and the reason why is because I mean, in my experience, I was once chased by a waiter because I didn't leave the
tip.
the minimum tip.
So and that's another thing
And,
that it can.
and he chased me like around, like, dude,
But it's kind of fun that they put exactly in the
check.
check how much do you have to leave, because one day the service was good, the water was good during all the diner, I don't know. Mm-hmm. The check arrived and we pay 10% with a credit card, and we are gonna give another 10% to her in cash, because we said, okay, that 10% is for her. She cannot, or she's not gonna ask to the restaurant, hey, give me my part of my tip, right? So we were trying to give her that. So she take the card, we said 10%, and in that moment she changed totally. Like, what you're gonna give us that? I worked really hard for you, and it was like she went crazy. And we went with another friend, and the other friend had the money in the hand.
You know what? Forget about
Yeah, totally. Because we said that. We said, hey, we are trying to give you 20%. This is going to be in cash. But the way that you throw everything away
Yeah.
in that last moment.
She reacted.
No, but the restaurant how can push me to get the 15%, because if not, I'm not going to get paid. And we said, oh, sorry, change the restaurant,
Yeah.
change the word. But it was like crazy because it was a really good service and we are trying to give more. But because we don't pay in that moment with the car, that 20% or that 15%, she got mad. And
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
crazy.
at the end of the day, they have to know how to control people and manage them, because obviously you will also have clients where it's not their fault. They're just very special people.
Cheap.
Well, if you want to say it that way, yeah.
That sounds
So it's
not bad, no good.
It's sometimes not in their hands, but they have to know how to handle them,
Yeah.
right? And at the end of the day, they're working on a service branch, which is most people here.
Yeah.
So that's why we are used to all of this, because most people here give a very good service in my experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
In legal speaking, do we need or we have a legal obligation to leave tip?
No.
No.
Okay. Just if they tell you that, hey, it's your obligation, or
You can't
I'm
leave
gonna
the
call the
restaurant.
police. Yeah, that's another that they use. I'm gonna call the police. No, it's not gonna happen.
You can just lift and
Pay the check.
leave the obviously
check.
yes, pay the
Yeah.
check because it's a felony to not pay the check. But if you don't want to leave a tip, then you can go.
There is a urban urban legend
Yeah.
that if you don't pay your food because it's food, you are not gonna have problem because there is exactly a right that says that you can steal food and you are not gonna have problem because you have hungry. But if you are going to a restaurant, not to a bakery or something, you are going to a restaurant, you are asking for food, you are seeing the prices and everything, in that case, that doesn't apply.
Yes.
It's not possible. It's a felony.
Yes.
You are stealing from the restaurant. It's not like, no worries. In Mexico, you can eat whatever.
and you
no,
have
it's
to
not
pay
like
nothing.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, you are trying to
Take advantage.
Yes, exactly. So it will qualify as a fraud. So you will be fraudulent in a fraudulent behavior. So don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I mean, if you go to a supermarket and you see a grape that looks delicious,
Oh,
and,
you'll see that every time here. Especially
can do it.
with little kids.
Yes.
When I was a little kid, I used to eat a lot of fruits.
that is a very good activity if you are moving with kids. Going to
a fruit area?
Yes, it's like an experience because
But I
all
think
the
it's
food
not
there-
that easy. Like, for example, in Mexico City, yes. Or if you go to a mercado, oh my God, that's amazing. Costco, the samples on Costco, bleh. In a mercado, go to a mercado in Mexico,
yes.
that samples are...
Yes, barbacoa.
Yeah, try a taco, barbacoa,
my
try a
God.
mango, try this smoothie. And you say, hey, it's just a sample, it's free. And they give you like a lot of things,
Yes, mangoes. Oh,
Yeah.
so yummy. But even though, I mean, in small markets like Walmart or Soriana, Chedraui, in that ones,
you can take
the
a
fruits,
grape or-
it's
yeah.
really exposed. So
Yeah.
it won't matter if you take a grape or an apple and start eating it.
Just don't finish the whole bag. Just don't finish the whole bag.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Just-
But it's a fun activity to do with kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, today I think it's the inauguration of Soriana. We now have the 24 hours supermarket.
Oh my
Yay.
God, that was funny because we saw it the first time when they start the construction. We said, finally we're gonna be
A
a city, so we're gonna have a Costco. But no, it's still little town, it's still a Soriano.
But it's a 24-hour supermarket.
Cancun, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yes, go.
But you hear that as soon as you have a Costco, you are a city.
Yeah.
If you don't have Costco, you're still
You're
a little
still a
town.
town.
This is our third or fourth Soriana.
Yeah.
And there's still no Costco.
Soon.
Soon
It's
enough.
coming soon. If,
Costco, you are listening. We're coming for you.
no, if more people arrives to the area, so if you are thinking in moving, please move here so we
Playa.
can have
To Playa.
to Playa
To Playa,
specifically, so we can have Costco soon.
Yep.
This series is gonna bring Costco.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I think it was good. Good episode. We're keep doing this, talking about the normal life, and sometimes we're gonna talk about the legal aspect of that,
Yeah.
like the tips, like the insurance in when you have an accident. What else it was this? CFE, careful with.
Customer rights.
Okay,
Yeah,
good
that's
one,
good.
good one with Profeco. Like everybody thinks the Profeco is the panacea, but it's not like that.
It's not.
I'm not saying Profeco is bad again. It's just point of
Yes.
views.
The
So
relationship with your neighbors,
The
what to
rel-
do, what to not do.
don't tip them.
Don't pet them.
Exactly. Also.
You are being so.
So, thank you so much. It's gonna be a series of 3, I think. Could be more. That depends on you. Have an amazing day. Bye.
Bye.